Yeah, it's just turned 8 o'clock there. Going by my side there, right? But I'll just put a quick call out there. This is 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf on top group 23550 on for the midweek Mid-Lanark Amateur Radio Ragchew night. If there's anybody standing by and wants to come in with their call sign and join in, you're very welcome to do so now, please.
Mike 0, Mike Oscar Bravo.
Right, Mike 0, Mike Oscar Bravo, 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf returning. Good evening, Martin. How are you doing this evening? I'm just trying to think what the subject was when we last spoke. I probably last spoke on Sunday. But nothing much happening this side. What day are we on? Wednesday. Wednesday's been a good week, work week so far, Martin, but rained off today, unfortunately. So I'll give you permission to have an excuse and not go out and put up that aerial today, Martin, but to be honest, the rest of the time, I think, and to be, you know, it is one thing that I found, and I'm not saying this applied to you. I found at the beginning of furlough that everything was getting done. You were getting out there and doing everything, but see, after a couple of weeks, you're like this, plenty of time to do that, and I found as the time got on, I get lazier and lazier, and I was delighted to get back out to work, Martin. Back to you from 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf Group. And I should mention, I don't know if you heard Stuart there, Stuart's also in the group as well. So back to you, Martin. Mike 0, Mike Oscar Bravo, 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra.
Yeah, Mike 0, Mike Oscar Bravo returned to the group. Yeah, I've seen that Stuart was in. Yourself, so that's fine. I heard in. Yeah, as regards the saga of the antenna, as myself and my partner have been discussing this, is she will be looking to move property to a single level property, and you know, that's going to be ongoing from now onwards. So it looks like that area was probably not going to get put up here at this QTH. It will go up at the new QTH when we move. He's hoping to look to get moved, you know, sort of middle to the end of next year at the latest. So maybe even sooner, depending on what properties come up, etc. So that's that. But no, I was busy yesterday. I was out in my mother-in-law's garden yesterday, trimming her hedge. So that's, let me think, 25, 30 foot of hedge from front to back of the garden, about 6 foot high. So, you know, had fun with that and the old electric hedge clippers, and got those out and got that trimmed up and all that sided away. We're just waiting for the green up list to start so we can get rid of all the rubbish. So, but yeah, and as you say, you know, I'm now at that stage where I'm getting fairly fed up with being in the house most days. So keep potting about doing odd bits and pieces and stuff. I know if there's one thing that the farm wants me to do, but it's one of those jobs that I do test, and that's painting. I just can't stand the smell of paint. So she wants to get paint the hall and stuff, and I'm trying to get out of that as best I can. I'm not going to have to do it at some point, but the longer I can push it off, the better. So apart from that, that's me. And this afternoon, I had a lazy afternoon today, because partner went out with her mum. Her mum's not been out for 16 odd weeks. She took her out after shops for a move around the shops and bits and pieces. So I had a nice afternoon this afternoon, and that chap managed to have a flick through the Ragcom that popped through the door this morning. So apart from that, I've had a really good day today. So back to you, Simon.
Lima Sierra Golf returning to the group. Excellent, Martin. I always see, I don't know what way you build the hedge, but you always see like guys up in an A-frame, the top of an A-frame ladder, stretching with a hedge trimmer. You always think that's a disaster waiting to happen. And good in the house with it. I know that you've been planning that. I think or thinking about that for a while. I think you were saying Mrs. Had a wee venture that she wants to pursue. So yeah, that's excellent. As you say, there's no point in going to all the trouble of getting an antenna up and everything if a move is on the cards. But I'll just go over to in fact, before I go over to Stuart, I'll see if there's anybody else in the group. I'm just checking the last herd list, and I don't see anybody else there, but I'll go out anyway. This is 290 Lima Sierra Golf on top group 23550 for the midweek Mid-Lanark Amateur Radio Club Ragchew night. If there's anybody standing by and wants to come in with a call sign, you're welcome to do so now. LM6, ZHC. Right. MM6 is ZHC. Good evening, Paul. I think there was also another M station called in there, so come back to you a wee second, Paul. I think there was another M station there called in as well. If you would like to come in with your call sign just now, please.
Yeah, 2 Mike 0 Kilo Victor Mike. Good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. Nice to have you in tonight. Just before I bring you both in, I'll just put one more call out, see if there's anybody else wanting to come in. Is there anybody else standing by on the side and would like to come in and join the midweek Mid-Lanark Amateur Radio Ragchew night? Okay, nothing heard. So back up, who was first in there? Paul, MM6, ZHC. How are you tonight, Paul? I'm reading you seem to have put your knee out again, Paul. Back to you from 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf.
MM6, ZHC returning. Evening, everybody. I don't know what happened, Simon. It was last night. And that's what annoys me then. I haven't done anything. It's not like a tripped or overexerted it or bashed it off anything. It just all of a sudden went, you know what, I'm going to get holy grief. And that's the bit that annoys me because I think there's no rhyme or reason for the doing it. So I keep going all last night. It's not like doing because it makes me feel sick now because I didn't take it very often. So it's been a bit better the days. Doing to just being a bit more than a niggle. So it's a niggle most days. And a bit more than a niggle can cope with the last night. Oh no. There's a cold chills and everything. So I won't be out today, thanks. Had my old day today. That's I finally had a haircut. She normally gets like a cut and a pair of every so often, and then I think it's just like a wash and a set or whatever they do it. And I think the last thing the shop said it must be either 4.5 or 5 months since you've had the cut and the pair of. So I don't know if you remember from The Simpsons, the Mad Cat Woman. Well, that's what my hair was looking. So she was in the last, she said to me, I come back in about a year and a bit. Nah, 2 years. Because I think it was all the cuttings. 2 years before she was done. But she's looking a bit more like herself now. Back to you, Simon.
We must see a golf return to the group. I've noticed we've been around customers. Some of the fact that a guy that I did last week, he'd always had colour here, but he'd always had it quite short. But honestly, when I went round last week to do him, honestly it was like a 70s afro he had. It was incredible. So I think there's lots of folk in the same boat. I know for and just with regards to the knee, and you probably tried this as well, Paul. Because now we're climbing ladders, starting to take a extreme toll on my hips and my knees. My mum actually gave me some ivory roofing gel that seems to have worked absolute wonders. So You no doubt you've probably gone down that road, but if you've not, I'll give you the name of this stuff, and you can maybe give it a try. It's brilliant. I'll move on just now, Paul, and I'll Sierra Golf. Good evening, Kevin. How's things with yourself? And I will say on Sunday, each Sunday things are getting better, Paul. Sorry, Kevin, and I was just about able to make out everything that you were saying there. So over to you, Kevin. 290 KVM, 290 Lima Sierra Golf in the group.
Yeah, 290 Lima Sierra Golf from 2M0 KVM returning. Good evening, Simon, Stuart, Paul and Martha, I think it's on. Yeah, it was good on Sunday. I had no problem. Didn't hate to strain the ears or anything, Simon. You were coming in really, really well. 5253 actually. Well, I was back at work today, first day back since the 17th of March. So I'm going in on Wednesday and Friday. But basically we're told just to do our own hours. You know, don't rush in for the start time and go home early. So I was in there about 9:10 this morning, and I was away about 3. Normally I finish at 5:15. But they just told us to place ourselves here and get the rest of the work done for home. So it's good to get in and see some people. No money in, different teams are in different days. But it was certainly good to get back in there, Simon, I must admit. It was good to see you ones who I worked with. So, aye, all good. I was home there just after 4 today and had dinner, and that was it. Christina, she was off obviously. And that was me. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Good to get back into a wee bit more normality, Simon, over.
Two weeks you Sierra Golf returning. Yeah, well that is the thing. You notice a big difference between getting back out and just that. Is that I think I don't know if you were hearing the last over with Martin there. I just felt as though when I was in furlough, the weeks went on, the more tired and tireder you got, and it got to a point where you just couldn't be bothered out and doing anything. So at least I know it's work, but in the first couple of weeks you were actually looking forward to getting back out to work there, Kevin. So I'm glad things are starting to get a wee bit back to normal. And tonight, Gerard's not on tonight. His wife's not too well just now. I think with her illness, it caused her to be quite sick. So I think she's been very sick today. So that's why Gerard's not on tonight. But before I move back up the list to Stuart, I'll put another call out and see if anybody wants to come in and join us. This is 290 Lima Sierra Golf on top of 23550 for Mid-Lanark ARS Radio Society Ragchew night. If there's anybody standing by and wants to come in and join in, you're welcome to do so now.
MM6 GS checking out.
MM6 ZGS. Good evening, Gary. No, I'll come back to you a second. We'll just see if there's anybody else coming in as well. Is there anybody else want to come in with a call sign at the moment? Nothing heard. MM6 is ZGS, 290 Lima Sierra Golf. Evening, Gary. How's things for yourself? I hope you're feeling a lot better. I know that you had quite a cold last week, so just that things are a lot better this week. So what to you, MM6 ZGS 290 Lima Sierra Golf?
MM6 ZGS returning. Yeah, I'm fine here, Simon. Good evening to you, and good evening. I hear Kevin there as well, and to everybody else that's on tonight. As I said, it was just a day or two that I was kind of under the weather with everyone. It had been thrown it down, and the wooden benches were covered in the surface water, stupidly me, had a pair of the kind of novelty cotton trousers that I wear nothing about the house. I like kind of jammy bottom style trousers, and I'm outside on it, and after I went to water, I thought it'd be fine. No, it wasn't. It was still a bit damp, came in, bit of chill. So, well, here we go. The first thing that went into my head was I'm going to have a case of the novice styles, but touch wood. It didn't. So, but aye, not too bad. Thanks for that, Simon. Hope everything's well for everybody else on here tonight, mate. Yeah.
Means you'll miss year ago. Return to the group. Well, that's good to hear that you're over that, and that you're on tonight. And I must say that everybody is audio tonight is sounding absolutely perfect. I'm in the DMR station tonight, and Gary, I did put a post in the Blue DV website just to query some of the issues we've been having. So I'm yet to have somebody come back to me. I was actually, what I was going to do maybe at some point, I'll maybe get you to try Gary or Martin or even Kevin has come in through cross moding. I wonder if it would make a difference. I doubt it, but using the DV Blue software on the PC, I don't know if that would make a difference at all. It's always the mobile phone that I'm using it, but we're getting there. At least we've kind of narrowed it down that the issue is with the cross modem. So hopefully we'll get an answer soon. And I'm just glad I'll get the DMR station, because it just becomes a wee bit of a nightmare when stations start dropping out. But I'll go back down to you, Stuart. 2 Mike 0 Foxtrot Charlie Tango from 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf Group.
Mike 0 Foxtrot Charlie Tango, returning to the group. Good evening, lads. Now, my Wi-Fi is playing up, so apologies if I'm dropping out. While I'm here, good luck to Paul, he's intermediate. It's good to see he's got it booked, and I hope the knee gets better soon. I'm just going to sit in the background here and listen for a while, have a bite to eat and a cup of tea. I'll probably catch up again later on. Back to you, Simon.
Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf Return. Yeah, no problem, Stuart. Just feel free to come back at any time you want. So it's over to you, Martin. Mike 0 Mike Oscar Bravo. And did you see that date to go back to work, Martin? Or are you still in limbo? Over to you. In fact, here's another aspect to it as well. I was listening to it on the radio today because of this outbreak and the latest outbreak in the call centre. The Scottish Government are now saying that they'll, in order to push for the kids going back in August, they're looking at further delaying some businesses opening, Martin. Back to you, so put it over to you for your thoughts on that. From 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf Group. MM6 and okay.
Yeah, at the moment I'm still in limbo. The only thing I've had from the office lately was they've sent me a new terms and conditions of employment, and all they've done is added in a couple of paragraphs about being furloughed. So, if I do go back to work and they have to re-furlough staff, then they've got a clause in there about that being done. It can be done as when necessary, in effect. So, but again, I need to read it properly. I only arrived this morning, so I only had a quick scan over it. I'll get a proper read of it tomorrow and find out what the actual ins and outs of it are. But at the moment, they reckon 70% of Arnold Clark's already gone back to work. But that, when they say that, that's the sort of garage staff and the staff within the actual buildings that are selling cars, and servicing cards. You see, us in the booking office, the booking office that we've got, there wouldn't be enough room in there for everybody to go back in the office, and there'd be, say, social distancing to be done, because we're all sitting on desks that are less than a metre apart. So it wouldn't be going back to the office, but I'm hoping that they'll let me know at some point in the next couple of weeks whether I'm going to go back, and just be doing from home work, which isn't an issue. I've got all the equipment here already. I just need to turn it on and that's me. I'm up and running. The only other thing that may have put a little bit of spoke in the works would have been I'm looking at going down south to see my brother at the end of August, like the week starting the 24th of August, and I've had to put holidays in case I've gone to work, gone back to work sort of thing. So if they've seen those holidays go on in, they might have gone, well, we can get away with not paying him, for holidays, etc. Because he'd be technically away from work, so we don't need to get him back until the end of August. So I think if they want me back, they're obviously going to get me back for some update training, etc. And that'll probably be just over 1 or 2 days actually in the office, which they could do. They've got some training suites and that we can use. And then obviously that means me set to come back full time. So I'm looking more than likely, if anything, maybe knowing by the end of this month. They've still got another, 8 days to let me know. So I've not had anything to do. So, but at the moment, whilst they're still paying me wages and I'm sitting here doing nothing, I'm not too worried. Because if they send me a letter saying that's it, we're letting you go, here's your last month's wages, then that will be a kick in the arse. But I don't see them doing that. As I say, most of the stuff I've seen on the internal website and stuff, is they do intend to get all the staff back into work. It's just they need to wait until the circumstances allow it. So, and obviously, they can't do full ramp up of full work and servicing because they can't get all the mechanics in together because of social distancing. So, until such times as everybody else is back in, they're not going to need all the staff to do the booking. So, that's that. So, but that's me. Apart from that, I'm good. I'm happy. Give me more time to do a little bit more radio, a little more look at the project, etc. So, yeah, I'll have another little play, I think, with not
Actually, Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf. Just technology, Mike 6 November Radio Kilo. Just came in just before Martin's last over there. Martin, I think you've maybe timed out there. So I'll come back to you in a wee second and I'll just bring Gerard in there. Mike 6 November Radio Kilo, would you like to come in now?
QEM 0 Lima Sugar Golf, MM6 MRK. Thanks very much, Simon. I'm just signing in and just logging in. It's timing a holiday in the background because I'm very busy here at the minute. A lot of things going on. So I just wanted to log in and just pass myself, Simon. So I'll let you carry on there, okay? Back to you.
Actually, Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf returning. Yeah, I appreciate that, Gerald. Thanks for that. And I know that you've got a lot going on with the missus not been very well there, so no problem at all. I appreciate you checking in and just if you want to come in, that's fine. But just sit on the side there. That's obviously perfectly fine as well. But while I'm doing that, I'll just check and see if there's anybody else on the side. This is 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf on top group 23550 for Mid-Lanark ARS Radio Society Ragchew night. If there's anybody standing by on the side and wants to come in and join in, you're welcome to do so. If you want to come in with your call sign, please. Country Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf return. Nothing heard this side. And often, just what you mentioned there, Martin, I wonder often, and I often think about that, well, amend things as situations changed. It amazes me how quickly your contract can be just changed with no real consultation, and it just makes you wonder how binding your contract is, and on the long run. But I'll move down to Paul, MM6 ZHC. Paul, I forgot to actually mention that, to be honest, about your intermediate. I actually forgot that you put that up. That's fantastic. And you can just remind us what date that's booked for, Paul. And I take it you started studying for that, Paul. Back to you. Country Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf Group.
I'm 6 ZHC returning. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, Stuart. It's October, Simon. October something. I take you search through all these emails to find it. I can't find it. It is October. Katrina's got her foundation in August. So it's going to work out quite well, because helping Katrina to revise for her foundation will jog my memory for all the stuff I should remember. And then I can just carry on to the intermediate, but hopefully by the time October comes, I'll be halfway there. So I'm looking forward to it, and hoping I can manage it. We'll see. And to be honest, I'm not going to any studying yet, but we'll get Mark together and get the books out. The first thing is to get Katrina through the foundation. Hopefully she can get through it. So like I say, I think that will be the job that my memory needs to get into the mode. Or just all these things, kind of things that you think I write, and then they just, well, with me anyway, they just finish it. I think it's because I think, well, if I need to work something out, I can go and look up a book or something I can't mind. So, from October, that's it. Tomorrow I'll go over to Cairney Hill in Fife. I'm collecting a dozen ex-Tilly Allen Motorola HD 600s. They're not been stored very well, not in great condition, but I'm hoping I can maybe salvage some of them and get them operational again. So it's near the historic value, because they were at the college, everybody had to do security details. So potentially the radios have been used by thousands of cops in Scotland. So for me they're a bit historic. So that's what my plan is for the morning. So we'll in Cairney Hill for 11 o'clock. So I'll be in a hotspot in the car, and I'll be on 2355 if anybody's kicking about during the day over.
Country Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf returning. Excellent that Katrina's got her test book there. That's fantastic as well. And as you say, it'll just give you the momentum to just carry on through to the intermediate as well. And you'll need to let us know how you get on with those radios. Paul, that'd be quite interesting when you go up and pick them up. All good stuff. So down to you, 2 Mike Zero KVM. I don't suppose there's much other radio work you've been managing to get up with getting back to work there, Kevin. Back to you from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf Group.
Yeah, 2M0 KVM returning. Fine, and good evening to Gary as well. Paul Pinya. As I say, I've just not getting the radio time I want, but obviously just to be circumstances are. I think I was saying Christina, she's got a 4,000 word essay to do, and that's her finished. 4 years they have graphed there. Helping her qualified, get a degree. So she's just can't wait. It's all over. And I've been watching the wee one because she's been studying there, and that's been a problem. But things like that come first, I'm afraid. And as I say, I'm back away Wednesday and Friday, but we're just basically again 3-4 hours and go home again. So I get in the day and it was good. I enjoyed it actually, because I hadn't seen some of the people I work with for 4 months, I think. So It was good, and as I say, I could get my radio time, that'll come along as well. And I got a new phone this week. I went back to Apple. I'm quite glad I have, actually. So my phone was up for renewal, so I got a new Apple phone there, so I'm quite happy. Get the iPad as well, obviously. So I've changed from Apple to Android 2 years ago, and it was okay, but I just felt I had to get back. I don't know why, but there we go. But apart from that, Christina, she's just working away as well, working from home in the office for a week and working from home for 2. And hopefully what I hear is schools are getting back once they get back it's full time. But I don't know if there's any confirmation what's going to happen. And certainly with that wee outbreak in North Lanarkshire, I think it's going to put people's guards up again. So we'll just take wait and see what happens. I was listening to radio today when I was in work, and Nicola Sturgeon was on, and I don't think there's going to be many changes. But I know certainly I was self-isolating. But I was just glad to get back to work, and I know there's other ones coming back Monday. But I don't know how long this is going to be. I've been told to end the year we're just going to be doing a couple of days a week. But I really don't know. Nobody's made any. But overall, man, heady social work likes people working from home. And a lot of North Lanarkshire buildings now are closed. They've moved staff out and they've closed them. We're selling them off. So, as I say, I can work from home, but it was just good to get into work and see what was happening. And certainly we're now sharing our office now with other ones who never shared their office before because their buildings closed down. Certain departments came in with us as well.
Two minutes here, Lima Sierra Golf. Returning, Kevin, I think you timed out there, so I'll just quickly put it back to you to finish off there, unless you're still talking just now, but you timed out there. So back to you, 290 KVM from 290 Lima Sierra Golf.
Yeah, sorry, Simon, I did time out. We've been talking too much again, and good luck to Paul there for his exam and his good lady Katrina there. Go for it, Paul. Intermediate, you'll do it, no problem, honestly. But yeah, that's fine, Simon. I'll hand it back to the chair, and I'll just take a wee sit here and have a wee look. I'm deleting some emails here, so I'll just dodge away with that and listen at the same time.
Yep, no bother, Kevin. Just to quickly confirm, are you standing by just now, or are you quite happy to come back in when it comes back round to you? I just wasn't quite clear there, Vic.
What I will do, Simon, I'll actually go clear because I'm going to get down the stairs. There's a couple of things I want to do. But I'll probably have a wee listen when I'm down the stairs. Depends. And I think Christina and the wee one there having a movie night. So I might get down and join them. So I'll not hold it. I'll say bye now. And even to Jared, I know Jared popped in there, I forgot her. But all the best, guys. Stay safe. And we'll hopefully speak to you next Wednesday, if not Friday or on Sunday. Simon, I'll pass it back to you. Great job again, and thanks for the invites again from 2M0 KVM.
Two minutes, Lima Sierra Golf. Returning, yep, thanks for that, Kevin, and 73s. And the only thing I feel sorry for when you're talking about the teachers, if all the kids are going back, and I think there will be a big push for that going back in August to get the parents back to work. The only thing I feel sorry for is the teachers have spent hours adapting classrooms to be told that it's not needed anymore. I know I've spoken to quite a few teachers that obviously in work with having so many customers egging around them, and they just feel as if the one's taking out their sales now because of the amount of time it's taking them to reorganise schools, just to be suddenly told that that's not needed anymore. But as you say, I'm not so sure how that'll be. But I think that is going to take priority to get them back to school so that parents can get back to work. And and congratulations to Christina there, nearly finishing her course. That's fantastic, and that's a heck of an essay to do. I'm sure if she's come this far, she's highly capable of it there, Kevin. I'll let you go just now in 73s, and hopefully I'll speak to you in either Friday or Sunday. So moving on, back down to you, MM6 ZGS, Gary, and I know we kind of briefly touched on the Grand Prix on Sunday. Obviously me and yourself, and I don't know if there's anybody else in here that's avid fans of the Grand Prix, but I know that you were I think you're quite pleased with the race. I just think the last two races, there's not been a great deal of what's the word, drama, should I say? And you do like a wee bit of a good bit of drama in a race, Gary. Over to you.
MM6 said yes, we've done it. Yeah, roger that. That's Simon. I'll just say 73 yourself there, Kevin. Good to hear you. Hopefully we'll get a longer chat on Friday. I'm going to pop into the Zell on there. That's okay with you. Also, sorry to hear your missus is not getting too good, Jared. Hope she gets better soon and it's nothing too serious. And also, Paul, I'll begin you the big thumbs as well. And hope you do well, mate, for your intermediate and it all goes well for you. So back to the question there, Simon. Yeah, there's not really been too much, I suppose. To be honest with you, Hamilton has been in a class-ace win. I mean, he's dominated the last two Grand Prix, and even Max couldn't get close to him. I mean, that shows you how much time they play with. They actually brought him in at the end to change his tyres to let him go for the quickest lap when they'd no need to bring him in. And because they knew they'd get him in and out with plenty of spare. I mean, so it shows you just how far in front. I think he lapped everybody up to Bottas and Verstappen. So, I mean, it just shows you how far in front of everybody the guy really is. So, hope I'm not putting the kiss of death on him. I'd like to see him win the title again. I mean, I've always been a big Schumacher fan, as you know, but I would really love to see Hamilton take 8 titles. I mean, I never thought I'd see 7 beaten in my lifetime, so it'd be great to see 8 getting done. As I say, but he's still got to get this 7th one out of the road. And with the changes for next season, it might be more interesting because I think there'll be a lot more cars on an even keel than what there has been at the moment. It seems to be Mercedes is still a country mile ahead of everybody else at the moment. So back to yourself, Simon.
Tuning zero, not seeing a golf. Something, yeah, it is fantastic what Hamilton's achieving. And I just think that just now that a lot of the action is now in the middle of the grid towards the end. And I think I said that last week. And I just feel that I would rather. All right, you need to concentrate on the leader, but you also need to concentrate on where the action is. And I think sometimes the races feel actionless because I don't necessarily think that all the time they're concentrating on the back runners. But if that's where the action is, that's where it needs to be. Because if Hamilton's a country little ahead, then there's not going to be much happening there. But I think another lap there possibly. Bottas would have caught up with Max, but okay, I just would rather an eventful. In fact, I would rather that it'd be even better if they were more in an even keel, because it would give such a better watch for everybody watching the race, because I just don't like it when there's just no drama, and I don't mean drama by anybody being taken out or anything, but you do like to see a good couple of dramas. But over the last week while on Formula One, I don't know whether it's just me switching off, but I just don't think sometimes it can be enjoyable to sit and watch for 2 hours. So before I move on, Gary, I'll just put it back to you for your final.
MM6 said yes, returning. Yeah, roger that, Simon. It's been a horrible year all round for everything, so it's definitely a strange season. But I will say one thing, the next season when they change the rules, I think it'll be an interesting season. There will be a lot of cars that'll the packages in the cars will all be getting modified. It's going to be more down to drivers' ability and cab design rather than the aids that they're getting in to make the cars. Plus, it can be a precision at time. I spoke to you before about this when they're getting with the aerodynamics on the cars. It's like following an aircraft. It's very, very hard to stay behind without being buffeted around. But with the changes for next season, the aerodynamics are going to be different, and it'll allow the airflow to be less turbulent on the cars behind, which will allow them to be able to race closer. So you can end up going back to the days where we had our 4 and 5 cars all nose to tail chasing one another and passing one another, maybe 2 or 3 them passing one another in lap after lap, no. And you could be leading one lap and then force the next lap, no. So it'd be good to get back to those kind of days. I mean, I do miss that. That was when racing F1 for me was great. When I still enjoy it, but it can be a bit of precision at times. Back to you, Sam.
What will be interesting is, as you say, if it is, if they are so close together, as the main companies, the main teams that are giving out engines to the more back knackers, if they start catching up, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But I better move on for those that are not keen on the Grand Prix. And just to, last night I watched a film on Channel 4, Film 4 actually. I've never ever fancied watching the Eddie Regal movie, but it was one of these films. I find that when you're flicking through the channels and you come across a movie, they often tend to be the best movies to watch. I don't know whether it's just because you're flicking through and you're not expecting to watch any film, but I must say that I did quite enjoy that Eddie Regal Edwards movie last night, Martin. Over to you from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf Group.
Yeah, Mike Zero and Mike Oscar Bravo returning. Yeah, guys, you'll be fine with the F1. I like watching the F1. I'm not that much of a fan. I'm going to pay the money that Sky wants to watch it live. I'm quite happy to watch the highlights on Channel 4. So, but yeah, as you said, I'll keep it brief. At last week's race, or this week's race, was a bit processional at the front, and there was a bit of good driver action at the back and in the middle. But as you say, because of the regs at the moment, it is getting a wee bit processional again. But as Gary was saying, with the new regs next year, hopefully things will get a little bit better. So that's all I want to say on the F1 in case anybody else is getting involved with F1. As regards Eddie the Eagle, yeah, I've seen that film before. It is good, and I can actually remember watching that, on the Olympics, and it was when he was actually there. So, yeah, good film. So, Channel 4 recently have been putting on some quite good films on their Film 4 season, and there's also been some good films on one of the other Channel 4. I think it's More 4. I think it is, something like that. There's one of those other changes they've been putting some quite good films on. I say that not last week, the week before, I was treated. My sister-in-law's paid for Disney Plus for her 2 boys to watch stuff, and you're allowed up to 5 connected devices. So she let us have her password and bits and pieces. So I binge watched The Mandalorian 2 weeks ago and quite enjoyed that. So I've got access to Disney Plus as well to watch stuff off of there. So I'm quite settled. So that's what we do some nights. Myself and my partner will sit here and we'll go, do you fancy a film? And we'll just have a random look through what films are either on Now TV, Netflix, Disney Plus, or Film 4. 9 times out of 10 we'll find something to watch. It's quite enjoyable. So but we tend to sort of go for science fiction stuff. The last one that we watched the other night was Ready Player One, which was quite good. So, basic synopsis, it's set in the future. Everybody sits at home now, all playing games on like VR consoles and stuff, and they've all got biosuits and stuff, so you can feel everything. But it's one to watch if you've not seen it. So back to you, Simon.
Mike Zero, Lima Sierra Golf. Further, yep, we'll look out for that. And as I say, like I say, I just can't seem to be able to like to sit down to Netflix and look through a movie unless it's a really great movie that I've always wanted to see. I find it very hard to flick through and just go, right, okay, 7 o'clock tonight or in 10 minutes time we'll sit down and we'll watch this movie. Often, and it's probably a psychology thing, but like I say, that the most enjoyable films I've noticed that I've watched is just when you're flicking through just to see what's on and you come across the start of a movie and you're not necessarily thinking of sitting and watching it, but you go across it and then you start getting hooked on it and you start to enjoy it. So it's probably just a psychology thing. I don't think I'll get tongue-tied trying to explain it any more than that, Paul. And what was the film I recorded the other night? I forget what it's called. It's going right out of my head. You remember the one that Harrison Ford did, where he was a cop in the future? I can't remember the name of that, but it was the later one. So I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you have a clue what I'm talking about, because I haven't a clue what I'm talking about, Paul. It's over to you. In fact, before I go on to you, Paul, I'll put a wee call out. This is 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf on Talk About 23550 for the Mid-Lanark Amateur Radio Society Ragchew night. If there's anyone wants to come in with a call sign and join in, you're very welcome to do. Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf returning. Nothing here, Paul, so over to you. Is it M6 ZHC from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf Group?
Aye, M6 ZHC returning. I just want to see if Jenna's still there. I hope your wife feels better soon, Jen. I saw that film, that Ready Player One. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was quite good, and looking at it, you can actually see that's where it's going to end up. The wee kids are now playing with their tablets and stuff. You can really see it heading in that direction. Quite scary. Gina's watching some Australian thing, Married at First Sight or something. Some experiment where experts match folk up they've never met before, and the first time they see each other is when they get married. It's absolutely mental. So she's watching that, so I just keep shouting at the telly, so I didn't watch it. So I'm up here playing with the radio and she's watching that doing the spare, because I was just getting with a big jag. I was just talking to my mate about the radios I'm collecting in the morning. He's quite excited. So I take them right to his house before I bring them in. There's tales of daring do regarding those radios and how when you had the radio, that was as good as using your baton when you didn't have to fill in a baton report. So I have to take it in so you can reminisce. Other than that, I'm not up to anything else. I do have prepared for Chris regarding the repeater thing yet. I was being asked yesterday. Alistair Wilson was asking if I was any further forward, but I see at the moment I think it's still in the planning stage. He's identified a site in the Pentlands, which is ex-Waterboard. It's beside 2 cell sites, and it's all, the gates are unlocked, there's no antennas on the mast, and the coax has all been cut. So he's in the process of trying to establish who actually owns the site. They asked them if they would let us put something up there. So there might be another repeater going up in that area. I don't know how far west it would stretch for the Pentlands, because I'm not exactly sure of the location. I know the water board have all went to using mobile phones, so they've, any of the radio masts now are just abandoned. So that'll be an interesting project if he gets that off the ground. Other than that, I've not much else to report. So pass it back to you, Simon, from 608C.
Assuming 0 Lima Sierra Golf returning. With regards to the repeater, and when it goes back down to Martin, I think he'll be able to confirm this as well. I don't think we're not any further forward with regards to the actual site of it. I think the site owner has been involved in something just now, or something that's taken up his time. And Chris, I don't think Chris has had a chance to really sit down and really have a right good chinwag about exactly what's going in and what's required. But in fact, I'll just put it over to you, Martin, just to reiterate that, just to see if I've got that right. I think you get the paperwork in that all up and running, but with regards to the hall, I think Chris is still to have a sit down with the guy and run through it all. Would that be right, Martin? So over to you from 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf.
Yeah, Mike Sierra, Mike Oscar Bravo returning. Yes, Simon. At the moment, Chris has not been able to sit down with the owner of the site just to make sure that he's happy with what's going on there and what's involved. As soon as that goes forward, then he gives his permission, then we can start pushing for paperwork, etc. that needs to be done. So I don't want to raise paperwork because you have to put on all of the physical grid locations and GPS locations of where the antenna is going to be and all this sort of stuff. So that information needs to be at hand before you apply for the license notification. So that's that. And two other things. Paul, according to your Facebook page, your exam's on Saturday the 17th of October. And Simon, your film you were thinking of was Blade Runner 2049. Back to you, Simon.
To make 0 Lima Sierra Golf returning. You've thanks for the information there, Martin, and you're spot on with the movie there. So hopefully that will be a half decent watch. But then again, I've got so many films recorded there, and again, I find it very hard just to pick a moment to sit down and watch. That's just something I find difficult to plan unless I'm sitting down to watch it with the family. So down to you, Gary, MM6ZGS. Any interesting movies you've seen yourself this weather from 2 Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf?
MM6ZGS returning. Yeah, I've actually started watching them. I won't go into detail on the radio, but I did speak to Simon about I had bought a little, my son-in-law and daughter that kind of got it on me to help me out so I could watch the F1. Well, I've also been watching some movies as well that I had been wanting to catch up. The Gemini Man had been wanting to see, so I saw that there recently. Midway, what's the name of that Tom Hanks one where he's the naval captain? I can't remember it. Is it Greyhound or something like that? A couple of other ones. But I'm all kinds of films, as I say. I've got my ones that I love as my classics. Mad Max, I was always a big fan of the Mad Max films. I was always a big fan of the spaghetti western. Eastwood films were fantastic. But I can watch anything. But going back to Eddie the Eagle, I thought that fella deserves all the praise and recognition he can get. A lot of people ridiculed him and said that he was a joke and all the rest of it. But to be honest with you, he was far from a joke. He was totally dedicated to what he did. And even though he wasn't as good as everybody else, he gave 150% every time. And for me, that deserves more than the person that's actually brilliant at it, because some people are naturally gifted. He wasn't, but he still kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. As far as I'm concerned, the guy deserves all the praise and recognition he could have got, and they should have got a gold medal just for his enthusiasm alone. So back to yourself, Simon.
Sure, ideally, my share of golf returning. And the thing about it is, because they hadn't had an Olympic jumper, ski jumper, he still did break records for Britain. And it was ridiculous the way the Olympic board just didn't want to support him at all. And in regards to the people that slagged him off and called him a joke, well, how many people do we all know that would go down a 90-metre jump? I certainly don't know any. That guy just had, as you say, just grit and determination to do something that he wanted to do, and it's great to see guys like that. I love watching movies like that where guys have just got a dream and they stick to it. It's fantastic. But another thing I quite enjoy is watching. I think I've mentioned this before. Is tradesmen sitting at their workbench and working away with all that knowledge. It's brilliant to watch as well. And unfortunately, the tradesman sort of thing is unless it changes, is dying out. And it used to be that in factories or businesses or whatever, in order to be a manager, you work your way right up from making the tea right the way up through the ranks, so that when you got to the top and you were telling guys to do things and they were telling you it can't be done, well, you knew if they were straight out of uni who have never touched a tool in their life, and they're telling 40, 50-year-old veterans at the game how it's done. It's just to me it's all wrong, Martin. Back to you from 2 minutes ago with my share of golf.
Yeah, Mike Zero, Michael Bravo. There's some stuff I keep getting up on my Facebook page called, I'm just trying to find one here at the moment. Yeah, it's called Craft something. And they give you little videos. And it's like guys that have taken like some old tree trunks and stuff. And, together with epoxy resin, they make like coffee tables and stuff like that. And then there'll be guys that have, the one I watched the other day, the guy's got a pair of old rusty bolt croppers.
Two minutes here with my share of golf. Returning, I think you might have dropped out there, Martin. I'm not sure if that's me, but I'll put it back to you just to see if you come back in there. Two minutes here with my share of golf. Returning, I'll come back to you in a second, Martin. Mike 6 said it's C. Paul, I just wanted to confirm that it was Martin that dropped out and not myself there, Paul. Can you just confirm that for me, please?
I heard you, I didn't hear Martin over.
Mike Zero, Mike Oscar. Sorry about that, guys. I think I might just caught me the touch screen on my radio and changed channels, but I'm back now.
Yeah, no problem there, Martin. And yeah, I've seen a few of those videos. It's impressive, and also I don't know if you watched that programme, Find It, Fix It, Flog It. And I know a lot of the stuff's in the sheds will probably just be plants, and I just tend to wonder how, if they really are scouring around these people's barns and everything, and the stuff that they come up with is just off the cuff. I tend to think sometimes they're plants, but some of the stuff, particularly Simon O'Brien, some of the stuff that he makes out of wood and stuff is pretty impressive. And regards to Henry Cole, he's not happy unless he gets something with an engine in it. But yesterday I was watching it, and we came across on somebody's yard Escort RS Turbo, the original style, and it looked absolutely immaculate. But when they actually got it checked out, the actual body altogether, on looking in closer inspection, was absolutely rusted inside out. So it just shows you the car was looking immaculate on the inside, but really would have cost twice as much as the car was worth to do it up. Martin, back to you from 290 Lima Sierra Golf.
Yeah, Mike Zero, Mike Oscar Bravo returning. Yeah, I've seen those finding fixed flogging. Like you say, I think they've got researchers that go out and find these places and sort of say, yes, there's stuff there. But then, and they'll go, oh, I've seen this. But I think sometimes, Simon sometimes spots something, and he's genuinely going, oh, I could do something with that. So, yeah, again, those sort of things are really good. But again, sometimes, they'll hand them off to a third party to do some work on them. And I know I watched one today where it's Henry and a different guy, a younger guy, that's now doing it. So obviously Simon's either stopped doing it or, something else has happened. I don't know what, I've not found out. But yeah, some of the stuff that they pick up and change, you wouldn't really realise what it was when they first take it out. So, really good stuff. So, I'm trying to think, there was another one like that, and I can't remember what it was called. It'll come back to me in a minute. So back to you.
Yep, no problem. Just to acknowledge, I think M3 EXW, they just came in there. I'll back to you in a wee second, Gary. Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, he's done quite a few of these types of programs, and the names have just really changed, to be honest. Because what was it? I think the original one that he did was Shed and Buried, if I can remember rightly. And I really enjoyed years ago on the Travel Channel. We used to do a program called The Greatest Motorcycle Rides in the World. That was an excellent program. I really enjoyed that. But I think MF3 EXW came in there, so I'll just double check if Gary wants to come in. 290 Lima Sierra Golf, MF3 EXW, over to you, Gary.
Yep, MM3 EXW returning. Very good evening to everyone. I was listening for the start down the stair, but I was getting some food and I was getting dropouts. But I'm in the shack now and I've got the hotspot fired on, so I can hear you all, no problem at all. So hopefully you're all doing well. Not a lot happening here. Just been working and anxious to find out on Friday if my job is safe or not. Obviously G4S are paying off some staff throughout the whole throughout the UK. So just good to wait on that, but nothing else happening really. So pass back to yourself, Simon. 0 LSG MM3 EXW.
MM3 EXW, 290 Lima Sierra Golf return to the group. Yeah, we'll be thinking of you then towards the end of the week there, Gary, and hope it's good news for you. That's the last thing you'll be wanting just now. I think I don't think, I think there's going to be quite a big fallout from all this that's going on, but I don't necessarily think that we're going to see it straight away. I think some businesses will try and come back up and resurrect, but I think it's going to be a good, maybe into next year before we actually see the full fallout of this. So I hope things are okay for you, Gary. But good to have you in tonight. So over to you, Paul, MM6 ZHC. Are you still with us there, Paul? 290 Miss Eric off the group.
MM6 ZHC returning. I'm still here. I'll be thinking of you guys. Hopefully everything will be alright. And Martin, well done. I'm glad you discovered where I could find you what the date was. I forgot to even put it up. I'll have to get back together. Then you have to tell me the date. I thought it was the end of October, it was obviously not the end of October. I'm going across to carry all the morning, Gary, so if you're on during the day, if you're working, if you're on during the day, I'll have the hotspot in the car, so I'll be on 2355 tomorrow. If I can just go back to Gary quickly, I don't know if you're on the morning, Gary, over.
No, negative, Paul. I'll be working out and about in Dunfermline tomorrow, working, so I'll not have a radio with me. But that'll be good. Once you get all those sets, hopefully you can get them all reprogrammed up. Some of them look pretty decent. But as soon as he said to me, do you know anybody? Your name came straight in there. It's like, yep, I know the exact person. So happy days, you get a good wee deal as long as you can get them reprogrammed up. Right, I'll just go back to listening there. A few things to do on the PC. So pass it back to you, Paul, then you can pass it back on. MM6, ZHC, MM3EXW in the group.
MM6 ZHC returning. Thanks, Gary. I've already had a request to meet with them in September. Now one says I can take them down to show them before I go home with them. So there's interest that potentially, even if we've got some that have had it, the nostalgia value in these things, if I can just clean them up, there's folk wanting them as ornaments. Potentially the ones that are on the operational, I'll still be sought after the folk that I know. So I have to take them down to Allen's. So you can have a look at them. Because like I said to you, the historical value is that before actually used them. I don't actually know when the HT600Ds came in. I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to remember when they came in. Because they were using them when I started. I started in '94. So I'm not sure the year they came in. But, you know, say it was 90. Up to Airwave came in, they were used by everybody at the college, so that's a historical value. Potentially there's thousands of cops in Scotland that will use the radios when they did the security detail. So anyway, I'll let you back to listening, Gary, and I'll pass it back to you, Simon, for MM6 ZHC.
Here I go for returning. Yep, Gary, thanks for dropping in tonight, and just feel free to come back in if you want to, but I'll let you go on standby there. Just now, and Paul, with regards to you saying that folk are just wanting these things for ornaments, it's funny how I often said, and I don't know if it was you had the conversation with, I can't, it might have been, but I've often said I wouldn't mind to have a wee shelf in the shack or something, to have all these wee things from, you get various, whether it's a wee toy or things as you progress through life that have meant something to you. A wee shelf just to have all these things sitting there. It's just incredible how human beings get attached to things, and like you say, something that's operational like a radio to sit and be an ornament. But I think it's because there's so many memories attached to these things. I think and nostalgia and I often find that with music, you think to yourself, you're always looking back to music and saying the music was so better then, or what, and yeah, you kind of think it is, but sometimes a lot of things, when you saw things with rose-coloured glasses way back, it's because there's all sorts of memories attached to it. I think that's the. Paul, your audio's good. You're much more stable than you have been before, Paul, and your internet seems to be quite stable there. So you can maybe come back and have you had anything changed there? Paul, back to you from 2 weeks ago when I shared a golf.
I'm 630 returner. Just on what you said earlier, I keep looking on eBay for a Pie Westminster, and they come up and they're all bashed about. I want to sort of have decent one, not to be operational, but just that was the first radio I ever used in the gas port. That's when I had in the gas fans. And you can imagine the size, I don't know if you know the size of a Pie Westminster, but it's a big radio in a wee minivan. It took up a fair space in the van. Yes, I did change something on the radio. I was using a wee rubber antenna, and I think, I've not checked it, but I think the antenna's got a fault in it, because everybody was dropping out, and the audio wasn't very good, and I think the antenna's had a fault, so I went back to using, and it's an even smaller antenna. I've had it for, must be the late 80s, early 90s. I used to use it on a scanner, but it is designed for 2 metres and 70 centimetres, but it's about the size of your thumb. It's a 2 TV antenna. But at the time, it cost me about 30 quid, and that was a wee back then. So I went back to using that, and since I've been using that, I'm getting virtually no dropouts, and I'm getting through the hotspot a lot better. So that's the only change I've made, which I think does prove the fact that that other antenna's got a fault somewhere over.
Well, it definitely does, because your audio is absolutely seamless tonight, and as I say, usually you can have quite a lot of dropouts, Paul. So I think you've that's good. I think you've sorted the problem there. And with regard to your nostalgia on the radio, I can just imagine you and your mate going up to, or when you pick these radios up, your radio in the car. As you go to Chaffe's door, you get the radio in the car there, then you just quickly jump across and slide across your bonnet and you go and Chaffe's door. It's quite funny. It's every guy's dream to jump out their car and jump across their bonnet. So quickly put it back to you, Paul, for commenting that.
Well, everybody wants a Pi Pocket Phone 8, the PF8, because that's the Body and Doyle radio. And the last time I saw one, because my mate asked me, Colin's got a classic Ford Sierra, and I mean, he strips it down to the nuts and bolts. Colin's in the traffic, so that's all they kind of do. How do you wash your car? So Colin says, I want one of the PF8s, and I'm like, the Body Doyle, says, you know what one it is? And the last time I saw one on eBay, it went for more than £300. And it was a complete set, and I had the battery and everything on it. And I said, they're like 10 teeth, everybody in the dub wants one. But the other thing with the HD600Es, which is the old heavy UHF Polish radios, they were good for opening the doors. So I could maybe slide across the bonnet and then take some varnish off of my mate's door. See how quickly it comes to answer it over.
Yeah, I've just looked at that PF8 there, and it's kind of like a modern what do you call it, voice recorder, isn't it? But I see that as you say, it's got the docking station and everything with it. But that's incredible money. There for going for 300 odd quid. But as you say, it'd be every guy's dream to have one of them. But I'll move back down to you, Gary, MM6ZGS. I'm getting all tongue-tied now. from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf, and me and Gary have had several conversations about the old programmes on telly, and there's some now, there's some still very watchable, but there's others you look forward to coming on, and you'll sit down with your popcorn to watch it, and within about 5 minutes you go, did I really watch this? And I suppose it's just because it really is outdated, and there is more modern stuff, but there is definitely plenty of the older programmes that do seem timeless. Gary, back to you from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf, the group.
Done it. Yeah, I like this. A lot of the old TV, as you say, a lot of it can be cringe-worthy when you watch it again, but it's still enjoyable. And I mean, two of my TV heroes we've spoke about before. Dennis Waterman when he was in Minder, and Bruce Collins when he played what he played in the professionals. I mean, they for me are two real TV heartbread, not your pumped up wannabes that you get on a lot of your programmes these days. I mean, they two guys definitely for me were the real deal. Nice guys, but when they had to do the business, they could do the business. No, and it was more realistic. I thought some of the old programmes like Minder and that, no, a lot of the Hollywood stuff and a lot of the more modern. The good guy never gets punch landed on him, but I mean, you never saw Terry McCann and Minder getting a free fight. No, every time he had a fight with somebody, he usually ended up getting a wee bruise about his face or something. I mean, they didn't get away scot-free. No, so for me, I thought it was more realistic and more enjoyable. The old programmes like that, I still watch them yet. I know you were talking about the Dempsey and Makepeace the other day there. I put it on and I was watching it, and I thought, still Glennis Barber's the only reason I would watch that. But the professionals in mind that come on straight after that was me. I was hooked for the next 2 hours. But, so back to yourself, Simon.
Lima Sierra Golf returning. Yeah, I just noticed that James Makepeace has come back on again. Whether or not you could sit through the whole programme, I don't know. I was just lucky. I switched on at a car chase, and but after that, I think I had to go and get dinner. But whether or not I could sit through the whole thing, I don't know. And as you say, Glennis Barber is probably the one reason that you would hang about and watch. But I think I saw another station key in there, so I'll just put another call out there. This is 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf and Top Group 23550 on for the Wednesday night Mid-Lanark ARS Radio Ragchew night. If there's anybody would like to come in with a call sign, you'd be welcome to do so just now. Nothing heard. So I'm going to make this my final round tonight, and obviously you guys can stay on. I'm going to have to go and get organised for work tomorrow, so I'll personally go around one more time, and then if there's any you want to stay on, I'll put it over to one of you. So over to you, Martin. After I've been through the list, I'll be going. So. Over to you, Mike Zero, Mike Oscar Bravo from 2 Mike Zero Lima Sierra Golf Group.
Yeah, Mike Zero, Mike Oscar Bravo, I think yeah, I'll also, it'll be my last time as well as that time of the evening to go and make tea and coffee. So, yeah, been good again tonight. Yeah, I'll say, there's some films, that you can sit down and watch time and time again. Myself, it's Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. I can watch those two, time and time again. Never tire of them. And like Gary, some of the old stuff. One I used to remember, it's only because of Joanna Lumley at the time, it was Sapphire and Steel that I used to watch every week. So for those of you that are a little bit older, same age as me, or maybe we're a bit older. There's also the Avengers. Used to be some nice ladies on that as well. So, but yeah, so yeah, it will be my last over, and I'll be going to karate. So, everybody, thanks for doing that again tonight. Everybody that's listening there on the side as well, thanks for your input as well. And back to yourself, Simon.
Sure, mate, 0 Lima Sierra Golf Return. Yeah, thanks for that, Martin. Thanks for coming in tonight. And another, Shawshank Redemption was an excellent movie. And another movie that you might like to, you might enjoy if you've not seen it already was called The Last Castle with Robert Redford. It was a really good film. So that's one to watch out for as well if you've not seen it. But 73's for now, Martin, and I'll maybe catch you on Friday on the Zelenet if you're free. Okay, moving down to Paul MM6 ZHC. Something I was going to say to you, Paul, I can't remember. I talked about the Pi Westminster radios. I'm sure the station, I need to ask him actually, I'm sure the station I speak to that's just about 2 minutes up the road from me has got a Pi Westminster. I'll need to ask him about that. He's quite keen on the Pi radios as well. So I need to actually ask him. He has told me several times what one it was, but because I can't picture it in my head, I always forget. So over to you, MM6 ZHC from 290 Lima Sierra Golf. Lima Sierra Golf returning. Gary, MM6 ZGS, Gary, can you just confirm that it's not me that's dropped out? I didn't hear Paul come back in there. Over to you.
MM6 ZGS returning. No, I heard you loud and clear. It was Paul and never come back. Simon.
Yep, no problem. I'll give him one more shout before we move on. MM6 ZHC 290 Lima Sierra Golf. Paul, over to you. Are you still with us?
Granted, the Pi workshops moving with the repairs. So if you're looking for a Sky, you used to listen off the speaker connection and pretend it wasn't receiving, and you go into Pi, which was where my depot was. It was the other end of Edinburgh. So you can get a good year and a half Sky. You didn't know what to be doing anything. You could be doing the voice, it's not wirelessly, so really, there you go, and you would drive back. So, I would never do such a thing, obviously. I'll make this the last over as well, because I'll be giving that time with Katrina's coming up for our bed, because I'm up the stair. But thanks, it's been a really enjoyable night. Great to hear everybody. And just before I go, Simon, how was you doing? I think was asking what everybody else was doing, so you can tell me how you're doing, and I'll say something to you to everybody, and I'll just sit on the side. Back to you, Simon, MM6 series.
Lima Sierra Golf returning. You dropped out on your last over, so you came in there when you were talking, I think, about you used to take the wire off, so you maybe need to start over with that. We get last over there, Paul, because you never came in at all there. Back to you.
I'm 680 I'm sorry, Simon. I didn't come on down there. What's happened? I was just saying you could listen to the wire on the speaker and you get an hour and a half Sky. You've gone down to the Pi workshops to get them to fix it. But obviously, not that I would ever do such a thing. What I was saying was, you was asking everybody else, and I never thought to say, how was you? So I'll make this my last over as well. But just how was you doing, Simon? Back to you, over.
Mike 0 Lima Sierra Golf returning. I appreciate that, Paul. Hi, doing fine here. I'm back at work for about 2 months now. Off today, rained off today, and back out tomorrow. And we're more or less bang up to date with the work. So I'll probably get maybe just short of a week off. Hopefully, I tend to try and be staying at the the first 3 weeks of the month, 3.5 weeks of the month, just to try and get really ahead of the game. And if the weather's two reasons for that: A, if the weather's pretty good, it maybe gives you a couple of days off at the end of the month, and B, if you be staying at the beginning of the month and halfway through the month, the weather takes a turn for the worst, then you're on top of the game, and you can afford to do that. Whereas if halfway through the month the weather takes a turn, but all good just now. Working outside's the best job in the world when it's sunny, but the minute that rain comes on, the depression sets in. But on the upside, I mean, the way things are going to go, I think you're just thankful that you've got something to be able to go out and do this now. But I just it's just really strange times, and as as Gary was saying, Gary's a prime example. Sitting in Limbo just now, doesn't know what's going to happen till Friday. So our thoughts will be with him, and hope things will be okay. But there's going to be loads of people in that situation, and it's not a good situation to be in. So I think there's some tough times coming up for a lot of people. But anyway, 7-3s for now, Paul, and I'll maybe catch you on Friday if you're around. And yep, it's been an excellent night tonight. But I'll move down to Gary, the final one in the group. In fact, I'll just before I bring you in, and said here, so I'll just see if MM3 EXW wants to come in for a final, because I know that you've been sitting on the side there, Gary.
MM3 EXW is done. Yep, just probably sitting here listening away there. I'm doing something else on the computer. I was just reading something on my Facebook there. Someone else is in the obviously the same predicament with other companies, so it is going to be hard. But the way that the company I work for are doing it is to do with they're meant to do it on the matrix system, which initially it was via skills and like your absences and if you've got any disciplinaries or warnings, but for some reason they've changed it. They're now just doing it on the warning, absence, etc. So you start off with, I think it's 10 points, and then you work your way down. There's a couple of guys that's volunteered. They're going to be letting go of 21 drivers. So one guy doesn't want to be there anymore. He's been there years, and the boss has already turned around and declined his voluntary request, which I think is a bit wrong, because that would save a job. But obviously the way the company's looking at it clearly is, well, if we let him go, we've got to pay him quite a bit of money. But I'm just got obviously my fingers crossed there that my job's safe, because I've only been there 4 years, and then I was a year at the Massage Dockyard, that was still G4S, so my service just transferred over, so just got to hope for the best. But I've got a funny feeling they're going to let all these drivers go, and then the industry is going to pick back up. Obviously not straight away, and then we'll have to go doing a recruitment drive again, which takes forever with the vetting, etc. But I did try and chin the boss, but it just goes, oh, I don't know, I've not looked, you'll find out Friday. So it's like, great. But then the downside to it is, if you do get paid off, you've still got to work for the 12 weeks notice. So I think that takes it down to October-ish or November. That's not right, that's not 12 weeks, is it? But there was different guys saying different things, and other guys are like, nah, my job's safe for me, but nobody knows. But we'll find out Friday. Right, okay, I know you want to get away there, Simon, and I'm just going to sit here if the guys are staying on. I'll happily sit on the side listening. So back to yourself, Simon. 2M0 LSG MM3EXW, and wonder how the audio is. I'm using a desk mic, as Alistair Watson calls it, dispatch, a taxi dispatcher, hi. But that's what I'm on at the moment on the Motorola mobile desk mic. Back to you, Simon.
Make zero Lima Sierra Golf returning. Yep, your audio is absolutely perfect. Really sounding nice there, Gary. And I know exactly what type of mic you're talking about. I used one of them for years when I worked in a transport office. We had I don't know if the one that you use is maybe a black one you've got, but the one that we used, I don't know if you remember the centre piece was dark brown, but the outer frame was light brown. Just to put it quickly back to you, Gary, just which one is it you're using? Back to you.
Yeah, it's a black one. It's got 2 buttons on it. I don't know what the other button's got a picture of a speaker, but doesn't do anything. So it's just a black one. I think this is the latest one you can get for the DM models. Back to you.
Yep, nice mics and really good audio off it, Gary. So all good stuff. And good luck for the rest of the week. And you can let us know down the line how you get on. But we're wishing you all the best. But I'll move down to MM6ZGS, Gary. And I will catch up with you maybe over the next couple of days, Gary, as we spoke about on Monday, I think it was. So over to you, MM6ZGS from 290 Lima Sierra Golf Group.
MM6ZGS returning. Can I just quickly put a call out to Martin, MM0MOB? Are you still with us there, Martin?
I think that was his last over. He had to go up the road, Gary.
MM6ZGS returning. Yeah, roger that. I was just going to ask him a bit of advice on an antenna. I'm thinking of getting another antenna out the back, Simon. I can't find my original one. I don't know what's happened. I think it might be binned. When with the clear outs, it's been in a carrier bag and it's been accidentally binned. So I was thinking of getting an end fed antenna. I was wanting to know if it was a monoband one. I know like on 40 metres it's also resident on 15. I was just wondering what I'm looking for. I'm not wanting the lower end of the bands, I'm wanting the higher end because I only run QRP. So I was looking for a 20 metre or a 10 metre one. But to be honest with you, I prefer if it was the 20 metre. And I was wondering, if it would also be resident on the 10 metre band, even though it's only a monoband antenna. And personally, what they thought of end-wave antennas, end-fed antennas, I mean. So I don't know about yourself, Simon, if you know much about them. Back to you, but I'm going to go 70 as well. So I want you to come back to me and then I'll make it my final over. Back to you.
290 Lima Sierra Golf return. Yeah, I'm just trying to do the calculation of the harmonics in my head. But I think if you were just to run it itself without a tuner, I don't think. Yeah, I think the SPAR would be too high, Gary. But you could definitely speak to Martin over it. Even on Friday on the net. I personally, I don't think it'll be resonant with a good swar on 10. To be honest, it'd be different if it was in the second or third harmonic. But probably Martin would be able to give you more advice than I would. But I definitely don't think if it's resonant on 20, it'll swar that great down on 10. To be honest, but obviously if it's running on 14, it'll still be capable of going on 10. But how resonant it'll be on that, I'm not so sure yet.
Jason Turner. Yeah, roger that. I was thinking the same myself. As I say, I know 40's resident on 15 as well. It's a perfect harmonic. I think it's a 5/8 or something like that from what the 40 metre is. I didn't think it would be. I was kind of hoping though, but I didn't think it would be, Simon. And to be honest with you, if you start using an ATU on it to get the swar down, it's then going to be compromised and it wouldn't be getting much performance anyway, considering I'm only running the 5 watts using the 817. I would be very compromised. So that's all I was wondering, because I do fancy having the 10. I know 10's not all year round, so 20 is my band that I'm going to work with. But I was kind of hoping to get the best of both worlds here. But I'll speak to him on Friday anyway and see what he thinks. And I'll leave it at that. But I'll say 73 to yourself, Simon, and 73 to anybody else that's listening in. And I'm going to go QRT and clear on this final. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. And that's me, him and 6 ZGS going clear. Back to you, Simon.
Just doing a quick calculation actually in my head though, Gary. 14,250. The second harmonic of that's going to be 28,500. Back to you.
Yeah, well, I'll have a more look at it. I'll try Google. I was just looking at antennas the night as we were talking, and it was just I was going to ask him there because I'm looking at a place called UK Antennas, and they do some nice end-fed antennas here, and I was thinking of getting one of theirs, and it was just to get some ideas of what, like they say they don't require a counterpoise, but I was just wondering if anybody else had maybe used it, or Mark myself knew about using them. If you can get away without it, because I'm only running low power, I probably might get away with it, not needing the counterpoise for it. And as I said, it was just to see if it would be, I know it's a monoband, but to see if it could get it resonant and that. It's not a problem if it doesn't, Simon. As I say, it's not the end of the world. Worst comes to the worst, I'll just buy myself another one of the wee Ample Watts 10 metre one, and just stick it on the roof of the car and run the coax in the window, and I can work 10 metre that way. So, but anyway, not to worry. As I say, that's me going 73 this time, Simon, and what about Steve? We'll catch up over the next couple of nights and have a little chat about the GP if you're still up for that, mate. So, back to yourself.
M6ZGS 290 Lima Sierra Golf Return. Yeah, no problem, Gary. I'll drop you a wee mail tomorrow. See what I should get in sharp from work tomorrow. So drop you a mail once I get in from work tomorrow, and that'll be fine. I'm forgetting. I was thinking it was a 100 watt radio that you're using, but it's not. It's the 817 you've got. What you could also do is what sometimes I usually do is for the antenna. You'll find either on the site or on Google you'll find the actual instructions for the antenna, and they usually give you the how the antenna swars untuned and tuned. So that might be something for you to look at as well. Anyways, 7-3s, Gary, and I'll speak to you soon. This is 290 Lima Sierra Golf on top group 23550 on Wednesday Mid-Lanark Amateur Radio Society Ragchew night. Just bringing it to a close, and thank you for everybody who's joined in tonight, and everybody who stood in on the side and listened. A very enjoyable evening. So 73s to all, and I hope you all join in again next week. 7-3s and have a good week. 290 Lima Sierra Golf, going clear of top group 23550.
Whiskey 7 Charlie Sierra going in Scotland. Sorry I missed the Ragchew, guys. I was having problems with my duplex hotspot. I soldered the antennas on, and the two antennas were fighting each other. So it's just a duplex issue where they need to be further apart in frequency. So I thought hopefully this transmission's getting in, and any of you guys are hearing me, Gerald and Simon, and I just wanted to, say sorry I missed the net.
Mike Whiskey 7, Charlie Sierra, Mike 6, so we go Sarah returning to you. Good evening, Chris. Yeah, I noticed that you hadn't come in tonight, and it's not a worry. You came in that time, but the first time you keyed up to me at the end of the net there was just static. All I got was a static buzz from you, so I don't know if your issue's been fixed the second over, but you definitely came in that time. But
MM6Z MM6NOK. Gardy, you still there? Right, no bother, Gardy. I was just listening here most of the night because there's a few things going on here. So, right, I just wanted to again say hello to you, and if you ever need any hand with your antenna, give me a shout or anything up. I'll just give me a meal and I'll come up and give you a hand.
MM6 from MM6 said yes. Yeah, Roger and Jared, appreciate the offer, mate. Aye, as I say, I'm not going to put another dipole up. What I'm just going to do is I've got an 8-foot wooden pole or an 8-foot fiberglass pole, depending on what one I fancy putting up. And because my garden, the back fence is actually raised up from the lower part of the garden, so it's probably have another 10 feet further up again from where my patio doors look out into the garden here to the back fence. So I was going to put an 8-foot mast there, just hook it onto the top, and then run the wire and a sloper right up onto the top of the building, and click it on up at the top of the attic window, and run it that way. That's how I was going to do it. So I will give you a shout back when I plan on doing it. At the moment, the antenna I'm looking at seems to be on back order, so I don't think they've got them in stock. But as I say, I'll get round to it, and when I do, if I need a wee hand, I'll definitely give you a shout. So appreciate it, Jared. As I said earlier, I hope the missus is okay. She's nothing too serious. She gets better soon. So back to yourself there for any.
Okay, MM6Z okay, Gary. MM6 in Ragchew Durham. No bother, Gary. Yeah, everything's okay here. Just wasn't feeling well the last 24 hours. So I just given a miss tonight there, but I've kind of been listening on the phone. So I've been okay, Gary. I wonder what you say on free here because I'm gonna go QRT now and turn everything off here. And it wasn't quite enjoyable night. I listened to there. So Gary, 7 please to you and anybody else listening, and I won't catch you later on, mate.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, it's 73 you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. MM6 said yes. Clear us time.
Yeah, Mike Whiskey 7, Charlie Sierra, I'll stop interrupting there. I keep back onto the wrong channel. Unfortunately, the wrong band. Yeah, there's some quirky things with it, Bofang, where some things are a little bit backwards to how they are on the TYT. So, of course, normally if I wanted to swap a band, I would use the middle up and down arrows. But it changes the channel on Bofang, so I went into the wrong slot there. Yeah, 7-3, thanks for letting me join. And I'm sure I'll get my issues sorted. I'm just going to use turn the hotspot back to simplex tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to fix all the duplex issues over the weekend before, because I don't want to be messing with hotspots before my Ragchew net.
So yeah, all good, and thanks for letting me key up there. And sorry if I've interrupted anybody. So 7-3 from me, and I'm going back to listening on the street.
MW7, CCS, MM6, HGS. Right, roger that, Chris. Good to hear you. You're definitely coming in there fine, no bother. And hopefully you say you'll get your little issue sorted. And all the best to you. Look forward to hearing you again next week. 73.
Okay, MW7, CCS, this is MM6 on located turning. Just before we go there, Chris, I'm actually using this radio you're using here at the minute. I'm not too sure, have you updated the firmware? Because I know the firmware that come with these radios at the start, the 1701, was a bit buggy. So there was new firmware out that I upgraded it till, which sorts the volume button all right. You can turn the volume right down on it. Before you couldn't, only went as far as 3. So there was definitely a lot of bugs out. So Chris, I will put it back to you for a quick one there to let me know, did you upgrade the firmware on it? So MW7, CCS, MM6 and like, put it back to you, Chris.
Right, with B7, Charlie Sierra returning. No, I didn't need to. I don't think. My volume, it goes up and down. It goes, smoothly. There is a little bit in the turn down of the actual motion where you get down towards say 4, and it gets a little bit tighter. But I like that because you're getting near to turning the radio off. Yeah, it all goes down. I can get down to volume 1 on it, so it's all good on that sense. And of course, I've been testing it all week, but I was starting to lose a little bit of faith in it. It's the DM1702 I've got, and I've got more on order, but I was starting to lose a little bit of faith in it. But then it turned out to be my duplex hotspot because, of course, that arrived the day before, and I was excited to get it going and stuff. And of course I hadn't soldered bits on and things like that, like the antennas. And then I finally did that today and I was still having the same issues. But then obviously realised, and it didn't ring true at first, all right, I've got to separate this frequency, but it wasn't like, it didn't ring true what I had to separate the frequencies at. And of course I had them too close together. But the other thing is, the 2 antennas, I think they're a bit too close on the board as well. So what I've done is, with the one which I know is actually the receive, so what sends signal to my radio, I put a patch lead on that one and I've taken it so that they are, basically they're half a metre apart now, and the antennas don't seem to be fighting each other anymore.
Okay, MW7, CCS, okay, good job, you've got it all sorted, Chris. But definitely good to hear you in there again. I wasn't on the night myself very much because my partner here is not too well. So I'm going to go PRT here now, Chris, and get the kitchen just sorted out and get them some supper before they go to bed. So Chris, and anybody else listening, MW7 CCS, this is MM6, okay, going clear and listen to MW7 free. So bye-bye for now, Chris.
Yeah, 7-3, Mike Whiskey 7, Charlie Sierra going back to listening on the side, yeah. It's just a design fault of that duplex, I think, and, the antennas are far too close together. So, what I've done with the patch lead, it seems to have sorted it. So, I've, gone into the little wish list basket, and I've put another, a couple of them in the wish list. So, I'm going to actually redesign the hotspot, have the hotspot as it is, but actually have 2 separate antennas, being apart. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to put it now because I don't actually have my hotspot in the shack. It lives in the living room, as close to the internet router as possible. Normally, it's only over the way from it that it's not well. It's about 4 meters away from the internet at the minute, from the internet box, in the windowsill. But yeah, I just kind of like that other antenna. I just put one of the XYR hair bands onto the little stick that turns the blind, and yeah, it's holding it up there, and it's holding it away from the other antenna, and it's not interfering. So I'm going to go back on the side. I haven't spoke that much on the radio because I've been busy doing that, so obviously my overs are a little bit long. So I'm going back to the side, yeah, I'm going to actually relax now and stop worrying about things. So 7-3.